and let's have some fun. Let's learn some nuggets, things that really matter. And now, drum roll for my special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll for the one, you know. How are you, Seyi?
I'm fine. How's everybody doing? Whoever has joined us, what's up?
Yeah,
How's
yes.
everybody doing?
Everybody's fine. Listen, Shay, so this is Bookie's Place, and we don't talk about the awards, we don't talk about the accolades, we don't talk about the things that people really want to hear. We talk about the things they need to hear. We talk about the grind, we talk about the grit. And because some people have had their identities tied to a particular type of job for the past only God knows, maybe 20 years. And it's ripped from them in a second. Where do they start from? So we equip them with nuggets. And this is how we do it. You share your story. You tell us where you were born and all the journey, and then we'll take it from there. So welcome to Bookie's Place. Can you say for me, for 1 minute, just say, hi, I'm Seyi Brown, and I'm at Bookie's Place.
Hi, I am Bookie's Place, and I'm Seyi Brown. Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Seyi Brown, and I'm at Bookie's Place.
Yes, sir. All right. So we kick it off with your story, and we take it from there.
All right. First and foremost, you mentioned something about the age. I have two ages, the official and the real one. So I'm going to measure the official age here. You understand what I'm saying? For document purposes. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even have to mention your age.
Okay, all right. Oh, better. Because, it's better you guys don't know my age, right? So my name is Seyi Brown. I was born and raised in Lagos. My dad, who has gone to be with the Lord, hopefully. Yeah, people keep saying, oh, my father has gone to be with... You don't know if he's with the Lord or not. So let's correct that. Let's set that record straight. My father, who has gone, supposedly be with the Lord, because you don't know you're not God, was a pastor, was a KNS pastor. And my mom was an entrepreneur. She was a seamstress, she was a chef, she was a businesswoman. She's an Ijebu woman, and Ijebu women, they do everything. And
I'm half Ijebu, right?
Yeah, I'm a half caste, you know what I mean? Half IJB, you know what I mean? Yeah. So my mom, yeah, and my family was a blended family, My mom had a son before she met my dad, but from my mom to my dad, there were 6 of us. I being the first, but I have a half brother, elder half brother. And now my dad too had other kids. So you can see it's a blended family. So I have half on both sides. So I'm at the middle, like Jesus, you know what I mean? Some on the right, some on the left, and I'm at the middle, right in the middle.
Focus. Focus.
Okay, all right. So yeah, born into that beautiful family. So I grew up in a very strict Christian upbringing. My mom was a disciplinarian. She don't play. If you know Ijebu mom, they don't play, Then I went to Salvation Army Primary School, still there, Then from there, I graduated to the world famous Stadium High School in Sule. Stadium High School is an exclusive school only, for those in that area of Sule. If you're not from Sule, they won't allow you in. That's how it's
really?
Yeah, it's a public school, but we just want to make ourselves believe that it's a private school. You understand? Then from there, I went to the world famous University of Ibadan, Nigeria's premier university, the first and the best, recte separate forms, former affiliation of London University. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Where I studied philosophy and political science, combined honors. And I am on record, I'm still the only one that graduated with a 3rd class upper division. Nobody else in University of Ibadan graduated with 3rd class upper division.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is that an achievement?
It is an achievement, bearing in mind that I was hardly in school, sir. I was hardly, but the thing about going to school is it was a struggle. I'm not going to lie about that. It was a struggle, and coupled with the fact that the strikes and everything, but I made it, and I was supposed to serve in Calabar, CRBC, Cross River Broadcasting Corporation. I was there for a year. But while I was serving, that was when I lost my dad. So, I had to, that was the day I dreaded the most, because my dad and I were kind of close. And, most Nigerian kids don't have that kind of relationship with their dad where you can tell your dad anything. You know, it's normally with your mom. But my mom was, like I said, disciplinarian. We call her, our nickname was the soldier. You understand? So in my mom's case, you just can't say anything. But my dad was so liberal. Like what most parents, what I do with my kids now, my dad used to do that with us. He was open, he was liberal. You could tell him anything, including somebody you're in love with. Like, Dad, there's this girl I like. And he'll be like, hey, what's her name? What does she do? Hey, go and get her attention, man. I'm like, no. Let me tell you one funny story. When I was in SS2, was SS1 or SS2, there was this girl in my class that I liked, you know. And I really like, you know, my dad was the first to know, because the way I was like, young man, I can sense that there's something different about you. It has to do with the woman. I'm like, is this man, did this just see a vision? How did he know? It was what your parents, we have done. Tell me about it. So I told him about it. Then after like 2 weeks later, I saw that I wasn't happy. He was like, did she break your heart? I'm like, no. So what's the problem? I said, you know, I've not seen her in school in a while. I said, then go to the house and look for her. I said, I think her parents. He said, don't worry. Do they sell something? I said, yeah, they sell beer in large quantity. He said, then go there and ask for what they are not selling. And while you are asking, make sure you mention your name. She will hear and come out and see you. I'm like, hey, this man. When I said, I want to buy sweets and chewing gum. They were like, what? I said, I want to buy me, Seyi Brown. I want to buy sweets and chewing gum. The girl, yeah, me, Seyi Brown, me, Seyi Brown. So she came, she was like, I've not seen you. She was like, I will come tomorrow. I'm like, yes, the thing worked. Because she came out and she saw me. I'm like, I've not seen you in a while. I'm missing you. She was like, I'll come to school tomorrow. I've not been feeling. I'm like, okay, so good to see you. You know what, those innocent love. It was innocent. Hello, hi, yeah. Then that was the journey, you know. So when I lost my dad during NYC, it was heartbreaking for me. But you know, I went home, you know, did the burial, went back to complete my youth service here, and bam, that was when this journey of life started. You know, because I graduated. My set was 2001, 2002 for NYC. So between 2002 and 2005, I wasn't working like, you know, like the average Nigerian, searching for employment. I didn't want to do an office job because I know I would be fired, because I'm restless. They will fire me. I can't sit still for more than 1 hour.
We know.
Talking. If I sit in a place for more than 1 hour without talking, I will either sleep or fall sick, you know. I just have to talk, you know. So I just didn't bother to look for any 9-to-5 job or banking work like most people were. So I stayed focused. And I was searching for jobs in entertainment, like a radio host, TV host, and all that. But it was also the time I started modeling, because people are like, look, you are tall, you have broad shoulder, you don't have flesh on your face. So instead of using this your what do you call it, sunken face, to be something at all, why don't you just use it to do modeling? So I started, you know, studying. Okay, now there's this thing about me. Anything I go into, I always make sure I do my research and I prepare well, because I don't like being in any industry and I'm a mediocre. No, I have to be on the top food chain. So I started studying magazines about male models, started watching documentaries on male models, started working out. I was working out 6 days a week, Mondays to Saturday. So the moment I went to Modella, the famous Modella Modeling Academy, I started modeling at, I went for modeling classes. And I had a fast rise, because I started around like summer, and by December, I was already on national TV, because I used to see all those, them Yusuf, them Charles. I used to see them on TV, and I'm like, this boys ain't better than me. I can do this too, you know. So I started working out. I would look at their body. I'm like, okay, all right, body, you know, chest, biceps. I was working out every day. So the day I appeared in class, but then I said, can you work for us? I said, oh, you have broad shoulder. I'm like, yes, I know. That's why I came. Oh, it was like, you, your mouth, you know. So I became one of the, you know, like, choice models. And for those of you who are in the modeling industry in the early 2000s to the 2010, you know that as a runway model in Nigeria, if you don't feature in St. Maurice Star Selection, This Day Style, Nigerian fashion show, or you don't model for the Tiffany Ambers, the Remy Lagos, then you are not a model. You are just you are doing fashion parade. That's what you are doing. You understand? So I became like a top choice. Then Kesi Jabari was like
Mr. Jabbar.
it was a Gucci of Nigeria then in the early 2000s. So if you don't model for Kesi, there are some names that has to be on your resume, because as models too, you have resume, because sometimes they will ask you, who have you modeled for?
Yeah.
Like, Kesi Jabari. I did Nigerian fashion show. I did St. Maurice Style Selection. So, I was in that industry, but it wasn't like a regular paying like industry. So I was still like struggling. I don't forget, I was the first son. My siblings were looking up to me. Sometimes they would like expect me for, little change here and there. So I was
Patrick Ellis is in the building. Patrick, what's up, man?
Who's in the building?
Patrick Ellis.
Oh, yeah, brotherly. What's popping? What's popping?
Jay's in the building.
So yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was in that industry for a while. Then, once in a while you get to do a calendar job or a TV, TV, we call it TVC, like TV commercial, So it was just here and there, but I wanted to do TV. But I was out there,
Who is
grinding.
this that joined?
Say that again.
Who's that joined? Is that Michael Blackson?
Oh my God, Michael Blackson. Yeah, that's Michael Blackson. That's the blackest.
Hey, I'm gonna bring you on my show.
yeah, Michael Blackson. Yeah, Michael, we're gonna bring you on this show.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a story to tell too.
Okay.
He's like the pioneer of African comedians here. So that was what I was doing until I got a job with I can't remember the name of the company again. It was a media company as a TV host, and my first pay was 5,000 naira per episode. The show was called Style Quest. I was the host with what's her name again? Jumoke Alao. Jumoke Alao, you started hosting Lunch Break after Jumoke Alao left.
On AIT, yes.
On AIT. So she was my co-host. So it was the first makeover show on Nigerian TV. So you bring people up and you give them a big makeover. So that was my first.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Star Quest. So my pay then was 5,000 naira per episode. So it was 20,000 naira a month with whatever I get. And that was small, because even fresh graduates then, they were getting what? 70,000, 80,000 naira a month for beginners, and it was still small. So imagine getting 20,000 naira a month. But I just kept grinding, because I knew I was going somewhere. I could see myself on the big stage, right? I never lost that focus of me seeing myself as a star. Because when I was in secondary school, we had this long, all those long standing mirror that has like a base, that standing mirror where you can see your whole self. I was standing in front of it and I said, "Hello, my name is Seyi Brown. What's up? Hello, my name is Seyi Brown." I was just imagine myself on TV like I'm a host. "Hello, my name is Seyi Brown." I would turn my right ear. I'm like, I think this right side is finer than this left side. Yeah. "Hello, my name is Seyi Brown. What's up? Hello, my name is," and I would lick my lip like LL Cool J, which is still my trademark to today. Every girl that I've toasted would know this space. "What's up?"
Okay, can we move on to
okay, I'm just letting you know. So I used to do that. So when I got the opportunity to, like audition for TV shows, they'll see that, right? So about 6 months later, it was one of those fashion shows. I think it was St. Maurice Style Selection that I did. And I heard some people talking about, "Oh man, there's this big audition that is coming. That a South African media company is coming to produce the Lagos Lottery TV game show." So I kept listening. So let me tell you, my ears was like antenna. I'm like, a lottery TV game show. I'm like, they don't have a choice but to, choose. My name is Seyi Brown, So what I'll do is I'll just sit in front of the mirror and practice my nonsense, "Hello, my name is Seyi Brown. Hello, my name is Seyi Brown. What's up? What's up?" Then I didn't know where the venue was. But I just kept close. So I said, "Hey, so where is this venue for this thing that you guys are talking about?" They're like, "Why do you want to know?" I'm like, "Maybe I might go, but let me just try." So they're like, "Oh yeah." They mentioned the place. I can't remember right now. I went there. I didn't know that it was only like a handful of people that were invited. I think we were about 10. So I went, and let me tell you, that day, see, when hunger is a motivation, and that's why one of Anthony Joshua's slang or word is stay hungry. Because you see, most of us, once we get what we want, we become complacent, right? And we are not as motivated. We're not as hungry as we used to be. So that's why some people, once they get what they want, they are not as motivated too. I was hungry. Because number one, my siblings were looking up to me. My mom too had expectation. Bro, you graduated 3 years ago. Get something to do. You know, I couldn't even go home. I was living with a family friend called Henry Johnson. I don't know. You know Mr. Henry Johnson, right? He used to work at STB McCann as a account manager for Coca-Cola then. I met him through Modella. So I was living with him for 3 years. I lived with him for 3 years because I didn't want to go back home. So I'll just go back home once in a while when I have some extra change. You guys just manage this. I have somewhere I'm staying. I will just go, you know. So I heard about this audition, but by that time I'd left this place and I got back home. I went back home to stay with my mom because me and Eric we had an argument. And I remember when I went back home, I went with 2 shirts, a pair of jeans, and a pair of shoes after 3 years. And all my belongings was in what we call nylon bag, a poly bag, you know. It was my certificate and some, you know, I can't even remember, but it was 2 shirts, a pair of jeans, and a pair of shoes. I remember. And that pair of shoes was bought for me by my sister who was in London, Olamide. But when I got back home, see, that was when I discovered the power that our moms have. My mom would wake me up every morning, 6 o'clock when she's praying. She would lay her hands on my head. Said, I know the prophecy that came with your birth, that you're going to be great. And I'm praying that greatness will be manifested every morning when I wake up. So with that, I will just go out like, yes.
Superman.
We'll be great. Me, Ibra, we'll be great. That was my motivation every day, you know. So for those who don't appreciate their parents or their mom, there's a special power they have over us. Anointing, you know. So I'll go out. Let me tell you, what I couldn't achieve in 3 years of staying away from my mom, in 6 months, I had a 360 upgrade. I left Henry Johnson on the 16th of June, 2005. And by the 16th of August, June, July, August, in 3 months, I was already on the set of Doctor's Quarters. How did that come? It was doing this, I just kept going for every audition. If I hear about any audition, whether it has to do with me or not, once I hear, I was just like, where is the venue? Ben. I had a drive, you know, because I had people looking up to me, you know, like waking up and seeing my siblings every day looking at me like, yo, ho, what's up? You know, that was high expectation. So I first went for the Lagos Lottery TV game show audition. Man, that day I was on fire. It was the interview pod it consisted of a South African lady, 2 Nigerians, and 2, I think, British citizens. You know, I said British so that you know they are Oibos, all Oibo people, you know. So I remember the vital question that I think won me that job. So they said, okay, right, you want to host?
Bobby,
Bobby,
what's up, man? Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. That's my brother right there.
Long time, man.
Yeah. So they asked me, they said, so if you got this job as the host of the Lagos Lottery TV game show, and let's say you are out, you're partying, and somebody else comes to you at the bar and pours a drink on you and say, you are a thief. I've been playing this lotto for a while. I've not won. What would you do? I'm like, see, jam question. But, you know, I don't know what came over me that day. Probably it was my mom's prayer. I said, I will calm down. And I'll look into the guy's eyes. And I'll make him understand that, you see, lottery is like justice. It's blindfolded. It is not partial to anybody. You could pick a rich person who just played for the first time and not pick a poor person who's been playing for maybe 2 years. But what I'll ask you to do is just keep playing. Your time will come and I'll buy you a drink. They were like, oh, my, and they started clapping. When they started clapping and I went like, yeah, that's just a piece of cake. Meanwhile, when they asked me, my mind was racing. I don't know where that analogy came from. But man, I was like, yeah. They were like, so You say you're from Ogun State. I'm like, yeah. But this is a Lagos Lottery TV game show. What if people say, oh, you're not from Ogun State? I said, I was born and raised in Lagos. By virtue of being born here, I'm a citizen of Lagos State. And if you want to stay Ogun State, don't forget, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria right now is from Ogun State. I'll let the president know you guys didn't hire me because I'm from his state. They started laughing again. Oh my God, this dude is good, blah, 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 blah. And they said, okay, all right, can you just, give us a demonstration? That was their mistake. You asked me, Seyi almost to stand up and talk. I gave it to them. What do you want? How do you want it? They said, no, we don't want it to be too posh because some of them will be done in pidgin. Pidgin! Oh, you like that boy, pidgin. I gave it to them again in pidgin. So they said, okay, all right, we'll get back to you. But unfortunately, they asked us to come back a week later. Unfortunately, that day, I don't know. I was not in my element. So I guess that affected me. So when they started without me.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't give up. I just kept grinding, right? And that was when I heard about the audition for Doctor's Quarters. So I went to audition for Doctor's Quarters. I remember my agent then was Itwa. I can't remember her last name now. Yeah, I think it was Itwa.
What's up, Frank?
I can't remember. Which Frank is that?
Frank Bry.
Hey, Frank, what's up? So I went for the Lagos. I went for Doctor's Quarters audition.
Doctor's Quarters, yeah.
And let me not lie to you. They played a bit of some Nigerian politics, because the first role I went for, I think I got it, but they had somebody in mind. They just put somebody there, so they gave me another lead role because there were two male leads. I think I got that one too, but they had somebody in mind. They put somebody. I'm like, so later, because guess what? The audition, they asked us to come with a monologue. I'm like, I have to ask somebody from theater arts. What's a monologue? Say, no, this is just a speech by yourself, a dialogue between two people. Monologue is so just come with a line. I'm like, is that it? And I saw a dude that we went to UI together. He actually studied theater arts. I'm like, this is my role. I went for an audition for MTN TVC, and the script they gave us to study, it was from this Michael Power movie. You remember Michael Power, Guinness Michael Power?
Yeah.
What's the title of that movie he did with RMD? RMD was the president. It was a line from that movie. I can't remember
That he had the bike. Was it the guy with the bike? No.
Michael Power. Now he used to be the face of Guinness.
Oh yeah.
I don't with RMD was the president. I can't remember the movie right now. So it was RMD's line. I don't know, for some reason that line didn't leave my head. So I just went. What a travesty. I still remember it to this day. What a travesty. $400 million to be spent on stockpiling arms and weapons of destruction, when 60% of the population still lack clean water. We've been in office for 6 months now, elected largely on a campaign promise to improve the living condition of our people. And that was it. Still here. I don't forget. That's one thing that God has blessed me with. I don't forget. See this brain? Can anybody say? If you have X-ray.
I need to take a magnifying glass.
I got photographic memory. I got
photographic
memory.
Okay.
Then I gave it to them. Then I said, okay, give us another monologue. That was the only monologue I knew. So then I said, give us another one. I'm like, another one. And I remember Muhammad Ali that I used to say in school. I don't wrestle an alligator, I don't toss it with the wind. I anchor the lightning, I injure the rocks. And I so mean I made messes sick. I fought like a butterfly, I sting like a bee. Roll like a lion. Roll like. They said, you know what? This is the character we need. I said, eh? What character? They said, this is what you just did. Bam. I didn't know that was. They were just looking for some eccentric, crazy guy. That's how they penciled me down. So I thought I was going to get the lead role. Only for me to hear that, you know what? They gave that role out, even though they liked it. But the South African lady said she wanted me, so they gave me a recurring role. It wasn't a lead role. It was more like an extra, but a recurring extra. They said, so now extras then will get 10,000 per episode. But my role, I will get 15. But meanwhile, the leads were getting 50, 60, 70. I was not happy at all. And as at that time, Dr. Quarters was the highest paying TV series ever in Nigeria. I wasn't though. I said, me, extra. Can you imagine? I thought they said beggars don't have choice. I said, me extra. And I realized that, look, 15 per week. That's 60 per month. Too. That's almost the same thing as a graduate is earning. But I'll also be on TV.
And this was 2020.
2005.
Wow.
2005, yes. So what I did then, when I went home, you know, I remember Pastor Paul Adifarasin. One day I was in church, he said, God speaks to us through different mediums, right? That was something I picked. I went to church that Sunday because by then I told you I'd moved from Costain to Ogba, so I was going to Daystar. And I remember that the word that I think Pastor Sam had that it was for me. He said, he was preaching on excellence. He said, whatever you do, do it well. And I said, even if you're a sweeper, sweep so well that when people come, they will say, ah, it was this guy that swept today. And when he said that, I don't remember when I was in primary school, there was this woman that used to sweep. You know all those, there's one broom, we call it Ibali Agbepo, those long ones. You don't know it. Ah, look at the way Bouqui'S looking, she's an Ajabota.
No, I'm trying to remember. Is it the one with the stick at the bottom?
No, you're Ajabota. You see, there's regular
I'm not
broom.
Ajabota. I'm not Ajabota, but I don't
you grew
know.
up within the university community, you are Ajabota. Now, let me explain broom, Ibali Agbepo to you. Now, there's regular broom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's this long, strong broom. They use in washing toilets and they use in sweeping grounds with.
Very thick. Very thick. Is it very thick?
Yes. We used to call it Ibali Agbepo because men who wash the toilet then we call them Agbepo people. That's the broom they use. So that's why we call it Ibali Agbepo. So I remember that woman used to sweep. She swept in such, she has, every time there's a pattern on the floor.
You see the pattern, yeah.
She sweeps like to the right, to the left. So there's always a pattern when you get to school. So you know that, and our son's name was Seyi too. We say, Mama Seyi swept today. Because it's two of them. The other one will just sweep anyhow. Like, is that other one that swept today? But when Mama Seyi sweeps, we always like to look at that pattern on the floor. And I remember, I don't know why my mind went to that. I said, even if I never forgot that. After I left church that day, I called my agent. I said, you know what? Because I said I wasn't going to take that role. I said, you know what? Tell my agent I'm going to take the role. That's how I took the role of Andrew Bande on Doctor's Quarters as a recurrent extra, because it was a scene that involves them in their quarters, also in class, and I was a class rep. So my role was recurrent, even though it was a non-speaking role. I would just stand there, and I was the tallest, but they had to, because I was the tallest in class, they had to zoom to my face. So people would see my face, they're like, but you're not talking. I said, I'm deaf and dumb in the class now. But,
I remember I came to see you on set.
Yeah, you are Femi. Yeah.
Lentini is in the building.
Lentini, that's our what do you call it? Our PDD of LA.
Our PDD.
So that's how I got. That's how I got the role, and I started featuring. Then by the fourth episode, they started giving me a little talking role, and there was a day, I think it was episode 5. They gave me like a whole page. It was the topic was on sickle cell. They gave me a whole page, and let me tell you, the way I devoured that page and delivered my line.
You are so proud. You are so arrogant.
I'm a very, very humble guy. I don't like to blow my horn. Let me tell you, I was outstanding. I was excellent. When they made the mistake, you know when you have been hungry for something, they now gave me a whole page. Oh God, Father Lord, I let them know that they are actors and they are award-winning actors. There are some people who went to school to be an actor, and there are some people who are born sanctified.
Ability and ability, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people are made to be actors physically, intellectually.
Okay, Seyi. Okay. So we hear all these stories. We want you to give us practical tools. When those times when you fell and you didn't think you were going to get up, how did you get up? Because someone is listening now thinking, oh my God, I lost my job. I lost my, identity. How do I become something?
Yes. No, that's part of what I'm saying. My driving force was my hunger, and I never gave up. Don't forget that I was in the wilderness for 3 years. Between 2002 that I graduated and 2005. I didn't have anything. My mates were working in banks. Some of them had rented house. Some of them were already driving cars. I was hiding. You understand? So when that opportunity came, I grabbed it with both hands. But one thing that never left me was the hunger. I stayed hungry. Even when I was on the job, I was still staying hungry. Let me tell you, there's something we call packaging. When I got on the set of Dr. Squatters, even when I knew I was a recurring, I had a recurring role, I wasn't a major. No, you see, there's a lead, there's sub-lead, then there's now recurring role. So I was on the food chain, I was in number 3, second to last. But let me tell you something. The way I package myself to set every day, even the leads will look at me like, but bros, you are not the lead though. You are overshadowing us. One day, the wardrobe consultant for Dr. Squatters.
You know my brother. You know my brother. Jide MMJ. He said 40 years.
What is 40 years? Oh, my
maybe it's trying to calculate your
wilderness. No, my own was 3 years. Now let me now tell you. Fortunately for me, I said God was planning everything. It was when I was about to start Dr. Squatters that my sister came from London. She got me like 7. Let me remember that shirt.
Tommy.
No, it wasn't Tommy. It wasn't TM Lewin. It was mention all those London designers. I remember. She got me those shirts. Damien, remember Damien, the fashion designer? I told Damien, I said, Damien, make pants for me. I need black, blue, khaki. So
what's in the end?
Damien made those pants for me.
Okay. Someone said Biggle Boy. Is it Biggle Boy?
It wasn't Buggle Boy. It wasn't Top Man. It was one of those designers. I remember before. I remember he had Next. Sorry, Next. It was Next.
How can you not remember Next?
It was Next shirt, Next wristwatch. She got everything from Next. The shirt, the wristwatch, everything was from London. So let me tell you, when I appear on set there, even the producers and directors were confused. Like, look, and don't forget, I had the stature. I was a model. And the way I carried myself, my walking, broad walking. You understand? So, listen, Bouquie, I packaged myself. I said, on this set, they will know. On this set, they will know that Seyi was here. So, you know what? After 4th episode, so they started giving me lines. And you know when they give you lines, that my tie, everything, Olamide, I owe that to my sister. So, see my packaging. So when they give me that line, the way I delivered, I mean, in my eyes, I was very fine. I was very fine. But when I saw the videos, I'm like, wait, you know. So the way I delivered that line, the director, it was Jimmy, you know Jimmy, Uncle Jimmy Odomosu. Uncle Jimmy, he was TV, he was the director.
Like said, packaging, lole shake.
The packaging was so much that the wardrobe consultant had to ask me, say, who makes your pants? I said, oh, I can call you my designer. That's how I got Damien the contract to make pants for all the leads. Because my packaging was too much, but they couldn't match that next shirt because it was packaged.
You know what? Let me say something about you that we, you know, as friends, we never really tell each other these things. But you know, I've made up my mind. I'm giving all my friends their flowers now that I can. You have a sense of lifting your friends up. I've noticed that about you, and I'm sure people will agree. You always bring in people. And I see a lot of people that when they get an opportunity to push people away, they just want to be the only one there. But I've noticed something about you. Anytime you get an opportunity, you bring people. I remember you've called me before, Bouquie, this is boy, Bouquie, this, that, and it's a good trade, and God bless you, but you are still proud. But continue. Continue.
What can I say? We are here to help ourselves. I came to this land to help people. I am here. Let me be helping people. So what happened was I just called him. I said, Damien, I think you start getting the contract. So that's how Damien became the second official wardrobe consultant, right? We got on set. So by the 9th episode, it was the cast that went to meet the producer, Uncle Remy Ogunpiton, to say, look, you need to upgrade Seyi's role. Seyi is slaying these lines. You understand? You need to lift, you need to upgrade his role. So that's why Uncle Remy just called me one day and said, You know, I've had pressure from the
Humility is zero. Somebody say humility is zero.
hello, haters will always hate. Hello, haters will always hate. So that's why I called. He called me, was like, you know, I got pressure from, you know, the crew. They said you're good, so that we should upgrade your road. Now you start getting extra line. So he upgraded me from 15,000 a week to 25,000 a week.
Wow.
So I went from 60,000 a month to 100,000 a month, right? So then the writer, Kemi, I can't remember her last name. The writer's name, her first name was Kemi. She just came. She was like, "What role are you playing?" Because she saw me. She saw my package. She said, "What role are you playing?" I said, "I play the class rep." He said, "Do you have a name?" Because you see, my character didn't have it. I said, "No." He said, "No, come, let's give you a name." So we have a character from East, one from West, one from the North, one from the Middle Belt. I said, "Okay, all right, my first name will be Andrew." Then she said, "Okay." She looks, I said, "Okay, Band-Aid." So that was how my name became Andrew Band-Aid on Dr. Square. Now, all the others, all the leads, they had name tag. I didn't have a name tag. He said, "By tomorrow, you have a name tag." That's how I became a certified member. Meanwhile, it was while I was on Dr. Squatters, Lagos Lotto had already started. So I think the South African woman that interviewed me now saw me on. She was like, "This is the dude." I mean, she was like, "This is the dude that really impressed her." Unknown to me, they were looking for me.
Wow.
Because you remember Michelle was the single host then, because they said there was going to be two hosts, but Michelle was hosting and she wanted a contract upgrade. And they were not willing. So they now wanted somebody. So now I remember that I did so well. That's why you have to put in your best effort every time you go, because everywhere I go, I always put forward my best option. You have flies there. Father, every spirit of flies,
it's a
we bind and cast right now.
It's Christmas.
In the name of the Lord. So what happened? Lagos Lotto now called me. They said, "Oh, can you come to the office tomorrow?" I'm like, I went with the intention of turning them down. I'm like, so now because you guys are seeing me on Lagos Doctor Squatters, oh, you now want to use my star status on your Lagos Lotto? I'm going to turn you people down. So I went with the intention of just showing up and turning them down. So they said, you remember that we did? I said, yeah, I remember February. We did this interview in February. Why are you calling me in September? They're not like, October. They're not like, yeah, because, you know, we wanted a male and female, but only Michelle has been doing it. So, but now we want you, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm sorry. They were like, I said, I'm on, as you can see, I'm on Doctor's Quarters and I'm on set 6 days a week. So I'm sorry. I just wanted to go and do that just to put it in their face. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. They were not like, so now your last TV show that you were hosting, I'm like, yeah, what was it? It says, how much were you earning? Now, you know, in Nigeria, when they ask you how much you're earning, we tell people how much we earn per month. Meanwhile, the South Africans, when they ask you, you know, because they are from the Western world, when they say, how much do you earn? They were expecting me to mention how much I was earning per week. So I was giving them my monthly salary. They were hearing my weekly salary. So I'm like, so in my mind, I said, let me just double it. I said, 40. So meanwhile, you see, God was speaking to me that day. I didn't say 40. I said 40. I just said 40.
Your lies are breaking the network.
I just said 40. They were like, 40. So what about we pay you the same? I'm like, increase it now to 45. Meanwhile, all this while I was joking with them. They said, okay, okay, no. I said, let me add 10,000. So I said, when they said, how much were you? I said, 30. They said, let's pay you the same. I said, no, you have to increase it to like 40. They're like 40. They said, okay, that's not bad. When they said 40, they said, okay, that would be 160. So in my head, I said 160. Meanwhile, I was saying per month. They were saying per week. Our negotiation was on 2 different levels. So did you not say, okay, that would be 160? In my head, I quickly calculated. Once I said, okay, that means they wanted me for 4 months. I'm like, so the way they saw it on my face, I was trying to calculate. They said, yes, 40 per week, 160 per month. Bouquie, that was the first day I know that you can be sweating under AC. This sweat came from nowhere. Bam! I started calculating in my head. I said, wait, 160,000 a month. You understand? I became deaf. You see, when I'm shocked, I don't say anything. I became deaf and dumb instantly. So the guy said, so 160 a month. So do we agree to that? I didn't open my mouth because I felt I could be. I said, So the guy said, so we'll work with your schedule. We only need you Wednesday for 3 hours and Saturday for 1 hour. 4 hours a week. 40,000 naira a week. My mind was running 100-meter senior boys where I was sitting. I said I was sweating under AC. I was just nodding. From that moment, I just said it, I was just nodding. So
that was 10,000 per hour.
Can you imagine? I was nodding. Me that I was earning 20,000 naira a month before. I was just nodding. So I now calculated. So on doctor's quarters, I was earning 100 a month. This was not going to add what? 160, $250,000 a month. Me. Times 10 of what I was earning. I didn't say anything. I was just nodding. So meanwhile, I'd already told them, I'm sorry. You know, when we started the interview, I said, I'm sorry. Even if I wanted to do it, there was no way I could do it because I work on set 6 days a week. So then I said, so do you think you'll be able to make it happen? I'm like, yeah. Why not? Why not? So they said, okay, all right. You want to sign the contract? I said, let's sign it. So when do you think we can start? I said, we can start yesterday. So I backdated my contract. Unfortunately for me, the dude who does our schedule, Okpe Odugbemi, you know Femi Odugbemi now, Uncle Femi Odugbemi, his younger brother. He was the one in charge of our schedule. So I just went to meet Okpe because I had helped Okpe to get a lot of extras. I bought Femi on set, I bought Charles on set, I bought Papa on set. At least I bought 10 or 15 of my friends on that set. So I said, you know what? You know I've been helping you with extra. Is it possible for you to schedule me on Wednesday for afternoon and Saturday? Make me leave early. Bye. So of course, that's not a problem. Like, you're my guy now. Bam. Everything just worked out well. So I went from 20,000 naira a month to $250,000.
Wow.
But something happened 2 months before then. I went for an event with my last penny, hoping to perform so that I would get 25,000 naira. But for some reason, I was not allowed to perform. So while I was about to leave, my last card was in my pocket. I was in front, and I called for altar call that we should make offering. And camera was opposite to me. So if I did, you know us now, camera was opposite to me. If I don't give that offering, camera will see me. And let me say, I got some pride. Even as I was broke, I'm like, what kind of wala is this? In front of the camera, in front of the whole world now. And as I was about to take that money out of my pocket, I said, devil, you're the liar. But I made a deal with God. I said, Father, this is my transport fare. If I give you this transport fare, you must buy me a car. Meanwhile, there was something peculiar about my condition. Number one, I didn't even know how to drive. So even if God had given me a car, who would drive? Then number two, I didn't have a bank account. They would give me a check, I would go and cash it. I didn't have a bank account. But I gave that money and I left. I didn't know that Angel Gabriel was right beside me that day. So that's what we call power of positive thinking.
How did you know it was Angel Gabriel?
Because the way the prayer was answered. Because when Lagos Lotto gave me that job, I didn't know that it came with a car and guess what? And a driver. Wow. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was a perfect fit. It was, you see, that job was tailor-made for me because if they had given me that car to drive by myself, I didn't know how to drive. I would have to rely on Femi or Papa. But the car came with a driver, so I didn't need anybody. And guess what? Oshoni Bank opened an account for me because it was owned by the Lagos Lottery was partly owned by the Hebrew family. So they said, oh, you don't have a bank account? They opened a bank account for me, gave me a car and a driver. That's why till tomorrow, I'm still grateful to the Hebrew family, to Oshoni Bank. They don't exist anymore. Maybe God created it for me. That was the day, my faith in God. But my hunger never left. I was hungry. Calling me worldwide, because they have seen me on your show. So what I'll say is that no matter how bad your situation is, no matter how low you are, don't stop grinding. Keep a positive mental attitude. Because let me tell you, at the lowest low of my life, I still saw myself as, hi, my name is Seyi Brown. I was still staying in front of that mirror. I'm like, I'm going to make it. My faith in God was part of it, but I never stopped grinding. I kept a positive mental attitude. And it was that same packaging that I had. Because people have been asking, how did you get to America? Was it through visa lottery? No. You see, there's a way that God will do it that the person that will help you will come from overseas and come and pick you. I came by what you call it, by virtue of marriage. It was my ex-wife. She's not my ex-wife. That fight for me. What happened? I was in Lagos, Jeje, doing my fine ball. She came from America on tour. You understand? And that day, I just happened to be.
Why did they do your eyebrow?
No, so that people will see what she saw. You know, in case some of you.
Letini said he's too like food. Somebody said which Wi-Fi you they use? The MTN Wi-Fi.
No, it's my fans that are calling. It's my fans. It's my fans. It's my fans. So you know what happened? You know.
Letini said leave that story for us. So leave that story. Leave that story. Leave that story. For another day. Leave that story for another day.
That's how fine girl saw me. I was like, man, let me tell you, when she saw me, this is what she said. She said, I thought you've been all over the world because you look like an international dude. It's packaging. It's the package. The way I packaged and the glory of the living Lord was all over me.
Seyi,
you know what I'm saying?
Seyi, somebody said continue. I'm sure that's in our president's wife's voice, ex-president.
You know, the second part of this story is that when I now got to the US, I went to audition for a TV show. For those of you who do not know, I'm the first Nigerian comedian to have his own show on cable. I was the host of Africa Labs on the Africa channel, and this happened in 2010. For those of you who do not believe, check Africa Labs with Seyi Brown. You will see it there. Let me tell you something. The way God opened, the way God opened these doors, comes with the fact that
your humility is going down -5.
Let me tell you, let them say whatever they want to say. But whom God has blessed, no man can come, because upon getting here, the anointing of television followed me from Nigeria, because I got a TV show, and people, you could actually turn on your TV and go on cable and see me. Can you imagine? See Seyi Brown all the way from Okera on TV in Los Angeles, California, all over United States of America, as far as Canada. Okay, let me tell you something. I don't like to boast, but yes, it was me. Okay.
You like to boast?
No, I'm very humble. God sees me in my heart. God, but Angel Gabriel was beside me that day. So let me tell you something. Positive confessions, positive mental attitude, your faith in God be limited. Be limited by your environment or circumstances. You understand? Don't be limited by don't look at the things. Remember, I'm a pastor, so I have to bring this. Remember, Elijah said to his servant, he said, the people you cannot see, they are more than the people you can see. So if you are looking at your limited situation, you're on the wrong. Look at the things that you cannot see. Your future, your house, your car, your beautiful wife, your beautiful children. Those are things I could see. I'd already seen myself in Los Angeles, California, mixing with stars before it even happened. So when it happened, and why California of all places, to mix with the likes of not Lentini, but the likes of Denzel Washington, No. Lentini is just a promoter who just does. No, when I say I mix with stars in California, I'm talking about the Denzel. I've been with Denzel. I've been with A-list actors. I'm not talking about Z-list like Michael Blackson or Lentini. No, there's A, B, C, D. Lentini is Z in the alphabet. The Z-list celebrity in California. But I've mixed with stars. You understand what I'm saying? It is the Lord's doing, from Okera to the world. You know what I'm saying? It is the Lord's doing. Now, let me tell you something. If God can bring me from Okera down to, I live 10 minutes from Harlem. You know that, right? I
don't even know you like that. Like,
from my house. From my house, I can walk to Hollywood. How many of you can say you can walk to Hollywood?
I could walk to Hollywood.
No. From my house, I can walk to Hollywood. Okay? Lentini cannot walk from his house to Hollywood, though. He will enter Uber, and the Uber will take 20 to 30 minutes. Me, I can walk to Hollywood. Hello?
Lentini, collect his LA card from him. He's no longer a citizen of LA.
I am boasting, but what I'm just saying is that it's the Lord's doing, man. God has brought me. And let me tell you something, Bouquie. Something is cooking. The world is about to hear about this dude. This dude that you're seeing right here. They will remember that they saw me on your show. The world is about to hear about this dude.
Seyi,
that's what I'm going to say.
We have mad love for you, but you need to tone down your pride a little bit.
It's not pride, though. I am Yoruba. Yoruba will say when your when your juju is strong, you use it to hit your head. Don't go about there, look, you have Barry. You know what I mean? You're filming. All right. Now tell me, all the ladies watching, tell me that you don't want this dude as your boo.
Oh God.
Okay. Let me turn my ugly side. This is my ugly side.
Both are ugly. Okay.
Okay, even the ugliest of them all.
Seyi,
he wants me.
Seyi, I want you to tell us one time that you really cried. One time that those voices that tell you can't do it, you're not good enough, because you're talking about positive affirmation, you're talking about speaking to yourself, confession and everything. I want you to tell us one time that it almost didn't work for you and life almost hit you. We have like 5 minutes. Life almost hit you down, but that positive affirmation and everything didn't work. How did you get up? Because there's someone watching now that's saying, all that is saying is good, but I can't even get to that point. Give us practical tools that we can use to get there. Humbly.
I'm trying to remember a point that I really cried career-wise. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna make this up. I never got to the point where I really cried. Now, have I been at the lowest ebb of my life? Yeah, when I had nothing, zero, and I was living in somebody's house, right? But the moment that I lost my dad, who was like my back, my back rock and my backbone, that was the lowest. And that was when I cried. And when I couldn't take care of my siblings, that was when I cried. But I would say what kept me going was my faith. I'm a pastor's son. My faith in God, knowing that God would never leave me. See that thought? Knowing that God would never abandon me. That he would never leave me. You see, there's a song we used to sing in KNS. Kò jẹ́ gbàgbé mi o a, kò jẹ́ gbàgbé mi, ẹ wá wọ̀rẹ́ òtítọ́ o a, kò jẹ́ gbàgbé mi, hallelujah, ṣùgbọ́n Jésù kò jẹ́ gbàgbé mi. So even when I'm at the lowest, I'll just remember that God cannot forget me. He cannot. So that belief, I took it to wherever I go. You understand? And I always speak positive things to myself. Like even when I'm rejected, I'm like, they rejected me because they didn't see the value in me. They rejected me because these people don't know good things. They reject because they are the pig who don't know the value of diamonds. I always profess positive things to myself. I won't say, yeah, they rejected me because I'm not good enough. I've never told myself that I'm not good enough, as you can see, till right now. And there's somebody I told I said, look, if Will Smith is here, and I'm here, and we enter a place together, Will Smith, and if there are 100 women there, Will Smith will take 98. I will take 2. He won't take all the 100. I will still take something. You understand what I'm saying?
What are we talking about? Taking women in the
No, I'm just saying that, we're talking about our sex appeal now. Will Smith, out of 100 women, in fact, he will take 90. I will take 10. Because I will package.
It's going up.
Will only take 90. Listen to me, my friend. Will Smith will only take 90 because he's Will Smith. If we both have the same exposure, I will take 55, I will take 45. You understand? That's how much belief I have in myself. Oh. Tell me and tell Wale Bako, we are not mates when it comes to that level. No.
No, but you're joking about these things, but this is real.
But it's a fact, though. It's a fact.
It is a fact.
I always profess positive things to myself. I don't know how to say, oh my God.
Somebody said you would take Will Smith self.
Even Will Smith self would know, this is a Nigerian bubble. We will package. Packaging will kill us. You understand?
It won't kill us. It will help us.
It will help. You know where Nigeria said we died there? That died there, and that never die attitude. But that's one thing that has always been. I mean, I don't know where I got it from, but I have never, ever, ever thought negative about anything. You understand? I always. Let me tell you, even to the extent of heartbreak. If a girl breaks my heart, I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? She's leaving so that a better one will come. That's
so it's a perspective.
Yeah, you see, your positive mindset has to be so great that you don't even see the negative. You have to be an optimist. You have to see the positive side of things. Somebody will tell you that this bottle is almost empty. I'll say this bottle is about to get filled up. That's what I see here. Somebody will say, we'll see this bottle. I say, oh man, this is empty. I will say there's small water here that can increase. That's an optimist. And a pessimist will see this and say, this water is finished. And optimists will see that, say, okay, this water has the potential to be fuller. That's the difference between me and others. I just have that positive mindset.
And that's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you so much, Seyi. We have like two minutes to go. Okay, so this is Bouqui'S Place, and we give people one last word to make them, you know, just to take away. Give someone, you've talked about perspective, you've talked about believing in yourself, you talked about every single thing. Give us one last nugget that we can take away that, man, that was the button and Seyi killed it. Give us something that we can hold on to. I feel like you've already done it, because what you get, this last thing is never see the negative, no matter how bad it is. Always focus on the positive. And we have 26 seconds remaining. Well, I think you've said it, Seyi. Thank you so much.
Stay hungry.
Stay hungry.
Never ever be complacent. Stay hungry.
Stay hungry. All right, Seyi Brown, thank you so much. We pray that your humility will rise up and your pride will come down, and that all that you want, God will give to you. We love you, Seyi. God bless you. Thanks for coming to Bouqui'S Place.